It is 2025, and if you are running your marketing like it is still 2024, you are already losing. This isn't just another trends video. This is your cheat sheet for owning 2025. By the end of this video, you will understand what is working for marketing this year. Not only that, but why it matters and how you can apply it, no matter where you are on your journey to build, scale, and grow your business. Because what no one wants to face up to is that the big brands that won in 2024 didn't just do it by luck, by happenstance, or by an intern. They did it by understanding what was coming and planning months in advance. And the best part is, you need no budget at all to be in the same league as these big players. You just need to know where to focus and how to maximize on trends. I'm Gina. I've spent the last 16 years helping startups and small brands dominate their markets with strategies that actually work, even when they're on a tight budget. Over the last 3 months, I've become obsessed with monitoring consumer trends, analyzing data in the markets, and really deeply understanding what the future trends are for this year so you don't have to do it. That's why today I am sharing the top marketing trends for 2025 that aren't just gimmicks or buzzwords, they are actionable strategies for you to maximize on as well. This video is going to take you through the big moves that we've already seen, and if you've just joined me on this journey, I have spent 16 years building successful startups all the way from idea to IPO. I know exactly how to guide you through the challenges that you are facing right now, whether you are just starting out, whether you are scaling up, or whether you're struggling to see the success that you actually want. If you've not started yet, I have the ultimate suite of free tools, including the ultimate setup guide plus weekly accountability from myself. If you're in that sweet spot where you've made a sale but you need to scale, you need to be looking at my ultimate business blueprint to make sure that you are growing as you need to be. And if you've been around for a little while, but you're not really getting the growth that you really need, let's chat. Book 50 minutes in my calendar and I will help you understand what you need to do in order to be successful. I've worked hard for 16 years, so you don't have to. Now, before we jump into the trends of 2025, let's have a quick look back on what happened in 2024 that helped define what the next year is going to be all about. We saw the perfect mix of meme culture and brand identity with CeraVe's Michael CeraVe campaign. We saw a year of the most innovative collabs, culminating in Liquid Death joining forces with e.l.f. makeup. We had proof that viral culture creates a phenomenon, with everybody experiencing the Brat Summer. We saw small brands proving that they can be in the same arena as big brands, with Dash's Coca-Cola takeover. And of course, we learnt big lessons from Apple. Originally bringing out an advert which destroyed all creativity into an iPad, they've come back into our good books towards the end of the year, teaching us that staying true to your core identity, plus understanding exactly your audience and how they interact and how they see your values is key to success. So thank you 2024 for all of these great lessons. And all of these big moves that we saw define the year in marketing had one thing in common. They knew exactly their audience and knew how to talk to them, finding them where they actually are. So let's set ourselves up for success in 2025 with the first trend. And this trend is taking us back to our basics. Hard learnt by Apple, this year we're going to see a resurface of the importance of your basic brand. The brands that win this year are going to be doubling down on their core values. And you can win this trend by focusing on 5 main things. 1. Genuine expertise. Show your actual expertise. People can smell fluff from a mile off. This year is not about long jargon. It's not about fancy edits. It's about giving actual, genuine expertise. 2. Give true value. Make every interaction worthwhile. Give value before you ask for anything back. Have an audit through all of your social posts. Have an audit through your emails. Make sure that you're delivering value with everything that you put out to your audience. 3. Vulnerability over authenticity. The age of authenticity is over. This has become such a satirized buzzword that we've lost all meaning. As a small brand, as a startup, as someone with an idea, your superpower is your vulnerability. 2025 is a year of being vulnerable and open. Tell your story. Be true, honest, open, and vulnerable. This is a far better way to get the authentic connection than just using the buzzword authenticity. People want real stories, not just the polished ones. So remember this year to share your struggles as well as your wins. And number 4, niche down. Gone are the days of talking to as many people as possible. The brands that are going to win in 2025 will have a clear understanding of their niche audience and deliver value to that one specific target. You need to be going deep, not wide. You need to solve specific pain points for specific people, because when you try and talk to too many people, you don't talk to anyone. This is actually a huge section of my course of understanding who you are talking to. If you don't understand exactly what purpose you give to exactly which people, you will never get started, get going, and get good. And number 5 is to stand for something. We've already seen how important value-driven brands are, and this trend is not going anywhere. To win in 2025, you need to focus on back to basics with your marketing. If you are just starting out or you haven't started yet, you need to nail this before you put out your first post. The best way to nail this is to take my course or book in 15 minutes with me. I will help you understand how you get these basics going, because back to basics is the biggest trend of 2025. And trend 2, building your community. We've spoken about this before, but your community is your superpower. As a passion-led project, as a small brand, as someone that is scaling, you already have the values and the purpose that community craves. In 2025, successful brands won't just sell a product or a service. They will create spaces where their audiences feel seen, heard, and connected to like-minded people, a sense of belonging that we've all been craving for the last 5 years. To do this for yourself, A, go and watch my video on how to build it, but B, align yourself with a purpose. Start with those basics and identifying what your brand stands for so that you can give people something to rally around. Then you need to connect hybrid spaces. Only online or only in real life is a thing of the past. The winners of 2025 will create hybrid spaces for people to experience your brand and the value that you give online and in real life at the same time. You need to be thinking about how you encourage online and in real life interaction through things like streamed Q&As, through things like pre-interview questions, and you also need to be leveraging co-creation. The years of collabs are over. 2025 is all about co-creation, working with your audience and working with other brands that align with your values to create products that your audience genuinely needs. Liquid Death absolutely nailed that this year. They didn't just create merch, and they definitely didn't just sell water. They sold a movement that was empowered by the people in the community creating the products with them. And now we move to trend 3 that we're going to see in 2025, which is a heightened automation and efficiency. 2025 is going to be the year to stop doing the tasks that tech can handle for you. AI is not something to be scared of. It is your new employee. The best brands are going to be using AI to do their repetitive admin tasks. They're also going to use AI-powered tools to set up things like their nurture sequences. 2025 is all about freeing up your spare time by giving the tasks that you don't need to do to AI to handle. If you're just starting out, if you're trying to scale, or if you're not quite successful, your biggest commodity is your time. The best brands know that in 2025, we have so many tools and resources that can give us back that precious time, allowing us to focus on the things that tech, that AI cannot do. This trend is going to become part and parcel of everybody who is successful in the next year, so you need to learn how to adapt and how to move with this. Luckily, I've got a video just for that. So go and check out how small brand startups and scale-ups should be using AI right now to get ahead of your competitors. And the final trend that we're going to see in 2025 is hyper-personalization and segmentation. Now, we've already spoken about how AI is enabling this for the bigger brands, but you don't need to focus on that just yet. When we look at hyper-personalization and segmentation within startups, small brands, and businesses just growing, this means things like niching down, understanding your exact audience, and tailoring your message directly to them. This is also about meeting people where they are, making sure that you're on people's preferred platforms and you're talking to them in a way that they understand and they interact with. It's also about going back to those basics and tapping into the core drivers of your audience, understanding those functional and emotional benefits that really drive their decision making. And it's also about utilizing what you already have as a startup, a small brand, or a scaling brand in the simplest of terms. Think about the name fields in your emails. Think about writing handwritten notes with every product that you sell. Think about spotlighting your audience on social through UGC campaigns. Think about thanking your audience if you're a subscription-based service. 2025 is all about hyper-personalization, drilling down to where people think you are talking directly to them. For small brands, startups, and scale-ups, one of the best ways to do this is to just talk to one person at a time. Build your buyer personas properly and make sure you're tailoring your messaging, your emails, your content and social, and your product and customer care directly to that person. If you haven't set this up yet, do head over to my website. I have tons of free tools. I also have a course that teaches you exactly how to build your buyer personas and a template with which you can use every single time to make sure that you are tailoring your messaging to this hyper-personalization and segmentation. This is going to be such a key in driving success for next year. 2025 is going to be a huge year for small brands, startups, and solopreneurs. We're not only seeing funding pick up again, we're also seeing the rise in the creator economy, and consumer consumption is favoring small brands over large large brands more than ever. To really optimize your 2025 and your marketing, you need to focus on getting your basics completely nailed. You then need to build a community around you. You then need to understand how to work with automation and efficiency, and you need to focus on that hyper-personalization and segmentation to really be talking to the people who are going to give you their money. It sounds crass, but it is that simple. These 4 major trends are going to set you up for success for the next year and beyond that and beyond that. If you want to know how to utilize these trends, how to build your business, whether you have just got an idea or whether you have a brand that has been running for a couple of years and isn't quite the success that you want it to be, you are not alone. Head to my site and let's get building the best brand you could ever imagine. Please do like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what else you want to learn for 2025.